Hey everybody, no man do they call me, my mother and my father, and all my comrades as well. Welcome everybody to the next session of Growing the Tribe. Now, I am not quite caught up in the main story. I still have to finish up things from the last session. Uh, but I wanted to do kind of a side mission. I wanted to follow Snotbow and his expedition up north through the dark woods towards where some weird stuff they saw was. Who we all got here? We got Marcus Eng is here, Delto Ray, Marcus Eng a couple more times, Eddie Cho, welcome everybody, Brianna, Guajardo. Am I saying that right? I'm bad at Spanish. Despite my coworkers speaking Spanish, I'm not very good at it. Got Miles O'Halloran, Operation Boxtrot. I don't know if I've seen you around before, but welcome. Abigail Peckelman, King Crafter Oder Fahardrup, Timmy the Tech Priest, good old V. Okay, you have been, okay. There's a lot of people. I don't remember. Did you change your name, Boxtrot? I feel like I would remember that name, but anyways. All right. So what we are doing this time is we are heading north and going on the expedition to explore the lands. And well, I guess I'm just a jerk. I guess I'm just a jerk who can't remember names. And I am a jerk who can't remember names. I'm very bad at remembering names. But I do my best for all of you. But now that I have had a somewhat lengthy conversation with good old Operation Boxtrot, I will remember your name. So I will remember your name now. So we'll briefly go over the rules as per usual. We got 16 people coming in, but this also gives people a little bit more chance to trickle in. But this is Growing the Tribe. You get to control the actions of, in this, normally it's Snottius, but in this case it will be Snotbow as he goes on his excursion to the north and tries to explore the manyest and various things that might be up there. He claimed to have seen weird things. Dr. Steelworth is here as well. Cool. And Zachary Weaver, also good to see you. Before we get super started, I'm going to get the Discord link real quick. So you guys can. I always forget to do this. I should do this before I start streaming, but I always forget. Uno momento. Let me get the link. I don't want that. Uno momento. Here is the link to the Discord for anybody who wanted to join us there. We do all sorts of different stuff, chatting and sharing memes, discussing Warhammer stuff, and lots of role-playing. There's a lot of people playing different characters and running different games and showing up in different places. And a couple of different locations do take place in settings that I have. So we have games set in Dupurium, and we also have games set in Core Imperi 5 and a fair bunch of other things. Good old Zachary Weaver is also known as Orcius, whose name is in Growing the Tribe, and he is Tippy Topo moderator guy. So you gotta do what he says, unless I say that he's wrong, and I change my opinion. But it's a fun time, so definitely come check us out. As far as the game itself, same rules as always. You control the actions of one Snotbow, and you control the actions of his crew as well. As you guys go north and are exploring things, you can decide to do things. Whenever it comes time to make a decision, I will talk to chat, and see what chat wants to do, and we will democratically decide what the next action is. If we have a tie or anything like that, we'll maybe we'll narrow down the options and pick again. If you are tired of everyone bickering about what we ought to do and you want to take control yourself, you can make a small donation of whatever amount you would like, and then you can unilaterally decide what happens next. You can use this to choose an action. You can do this to name a character. I would prefer that people don't name like a bunch of characters when they show up. Like when we get a new grots popping up, I'd rather do them one at a time instead of because we had a couple last time where people would donate once and then name like a bunch of characters or like have a theme of different characters. I don't mind if we have like a couple, like maybe two, but like naming a whole bunch of people kind of backs me up because I have to keep track of the queue of names. So I'd prefer if people would name characters one at a time. And you can also basically help out a character with their action. So when you donate, I do not guarantee that your action will succeed, but you will have advantage. And everything is decided by good old dice rolling. And it's a little funny because this makes it look like 16 is the but it can be a little cocked when I roll the die, so I will move it to the center so it's easier to tell which number is top. Miles O'Halloran with the donation to start us off. For some reason, Snotbow is compelled to pick his nose for the session. Yes, as he has gathered everyone together, Snotbow gazes into the shadowy forest, the shadowy dark forest, and narrows his eyes as he prepares himself mentally to lead his crew, and he takes a long finger and sticks it up his nose for a mighty picking. So thank you, Miles, for demonstrating basically how this works also. Big thank you to Miles. Miles gets a special star, metaphorically, as he is a consistent contributor. But much thanks. All right, so let's just go over our crew. We have Snotbow. We have Punch and Bag, Steve, Two Heads. Punch and Bag, Steve, and Two Heads are Snotlings. And I'm going to say they've basically grown to be Grotlings, that they're big enough to be kind of Grot-like. They've been with Snotbow for a while. And then there are three Grots, Shade, Slash, and Grotbow. And those are going to be the guys that go off into the unknown. So is there anything, I'm trying to think if there's anything you guys want to do before you head out. I hadn't considered any. It's like we really need to bring this thing. We do also have Snotbow has. Oh my goodness, he has his Squig Hound. He has a Squig Hound whose name I completely forget. Yeah, Snotbow is also a Growling. Yeah, he has a Squig Hound. What is his Squigarlicus? That's what his name. I couldn't remember his name. Squigarlicus. I got a. So he has Squigarlicus as well. And if you don't pick your nose, you're not part of the tribe. All right, it's camouflage, blue and purple paint. Okay. Metal knives. Snotbow. You guys have. They were part of the invasion, so of Mega Humiopolis. So they have modern metal, like knives and things. The crew does. Rope, always good to have. All right, let me just. All right, so blue and purple paint. What I'm going to have it do is blue is going to let each character re-roll once this session. So that if they fail horribly, they get one reroll. It didn't help Stinky. Stinky still was shot in the face. And then purple, what it's going to be is it'll help you guys re-roll a stealth roll. One stealth roll. The power of belief only goes so far. So that will be how that works. We'll also have rope. You probably don't want to have the torches lit if you're trying to be sneaky, but like the torch unlit, we'll go unlit torches and flint and steel if you need it. Yeah, you guys can have that. That's available. Yeah, you can also just have matches. Let's see what else we got. Got rope. Poison. We'll bring some poison. Okay, Simon Arandia. A snot gets eaten by the squig hound. All right, so like Snotbow kind of gathers everyone together, and he's saying, "All right, you, we're all going up north, and we're going to find out why everything is so weird up there. And I want to make sure that," and you just hear like, Squigalicus, put it down. You're already almost done eating it. All right, all right, you're spoiling your dinner. Can you chew quietly? I tried to talk. Squigalicus kind of goes, no, not much has happened. We haven't done all that much. But now that you all have everything that you need, yeah, they'll have travel rations too. We'll make sure they have that. Now that we have everything we need, let's get going. We might not all come back, but some of us will come back, and that'll make sure that everyone knows, what's up north. So let's go up north. Sleeping, I don't think you would have sleeping rolls. Like, I don't think the farmers would have had much. They have like regular beds. Like, maybe, but they'd be like Hume sized. They'd be, do they? I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll to see if they have sleeping rolls. It's a 6, so no sleeping rolls. All right, so you guys start marching on. And you're heading up through the dark forest. And at first, things look fairly normal. You guys are stealthing along. Let's see how stealthy you are. Let's see. So Edward Rylands with the big donation. Thank you very much. In between sessions, a random member of the crew finds a bleached pale bovine skull and thinks it's a good idea to wear it like a hat. If it's a cow, probably one of the orcs would have to wear it. We got because it would just be too big for the grots or the snotlings. We got, as far as orcs go, we have Orcius, Humius, and who's the last guy? Mr. Noogie Boy. Orcius 2. We're going to determine Orcius 2 has the fancy hat. He is the biggest of the new orcs. We're gonna go Orcius. Got 2 for Orcius. Agreeing, Orcius. All right, Orcius now has a bovine skull hat. Nice horned critter. All right, sounds good. So as you guys are walking along, and you are stealthing, so let's see how well you guys stealth. So Orcius got the cow skull. All right, so Snotbow is doing pretty good, but like not everyone is tip-top commando like he is. So you you guys are going okay. Like probably someone who wasn't looking for you wouldn't see you or notice you all that much, but you're not being that quiet. You do see some different animals around. You see off in the distance. This is like you see some movement off in the distance of like one of the elk sort of things. Oh, reroll. All right, sure thing, Miles. Unfortunately, that is only a 6. Don't spend yourself poor. We haven't gotten anywhere yet. Sorry about that, but it is one of those things. I don't want to make this game pay to win. I guess I want to donations to have like an impact, but I don't want people to like be pressured to pay to win. Like that seems cheesy. But basically the animals around know that you're there. That's kind of what it adds up to. And they're kind of keeping a wide berth from you. The commandos in Byzantium they basically train by sneaking up on the animals and killing them. You're not hunting them now, but you're just kind of so maybe the guys are a little bit sloppy, but the different animals are kind of keeping clear of you. So none of the like tree wolf things, tree wolf cat dog things are around. The elks aren't really hanging out. None of the giant lizards or enormous insects or any kind of thing like that. Squigarlicus. Yes, that'll be what it was. Squigarlicus. His stomach grumbled like as you guys were sneaking along, and that like alerted, like after the indigestion caused by eating the snotling was the thing that made the noise. So you guys are moving forward, and right now it is pretty normal. But as you kind of are moving on, the first thing you notice is that you're starting to see more dead trees. There are more gaps in the canopy. It's currently daytime, but it's generally really dark it's the dark forest. The dark forest is generally dark. But as you're moving forward, you're noticing more gaps in the canopy. And it's not just because like the trees are getting smaller. You're starting to see just more dead trees. They're kind of gray and blighted, and you'll see a lot of kind of like broken stumps and things. Doesn't look like somebody cut anything down. These just look like they died and the trees fell over. You see a lot of fallen trees. You have poison. We could say somebody has. Who do you want to give like a poison dart? We got Snotbow, Punching Bag, Steve, Two Heads, Shade, Slash, and Grotbow. Do you want to give somebody some poison dart? Yeah, poison daggers. You want to give somebody Shade sounds ranged. You got 2 for Steve, 1 for Shade. These guys haven't had a whole lot of action. They fought in the big battle and did pretty well. I think Steve is going to get the dart. He's a blowgun and some poison. I'm going to roll to see how potent the poison is. Just like it's going to be effective. This is like how incapacitating is it, and how lethal is it, and how fast acting is it. So I just want to get an idea. It will, unless it rolls a 1, it's not going to be like useless poison. Let me try again. That was cocked off to the side. All right. The poison is very slow acting, and depending on how healthy the person is, it might not be that effective. Unfortunately, that was a 2. So it is. You still have poison. It is still useful. It's just not like I was kind of rolling to see if you guys had like super death poison. Don't worry. These are not the important rolls. There are more important rolls coming up. So you guys you're getting out your bad rolls now. You're getting out your bad rolls now. So all right. So you guys are moving along, and you are seeing more. Like I said, you're seeing more of these dead trees, and also you see more trees that are living. And at first, all the trees are kind of the same size. They weren't like unusual, but you're now seeing smaller trees, and there's more sunlight getting through. Though the sky is kind of gray, and all of the sunlight is diffused. So you start seeing trees that are alive, but more of them are small. They're stunted. They're kind of discolored and pale. Let's see. Anybody else trying to see what everybody else is saying? Sap. Try to get some sap from the green things. You guys want to see if there's okay. You want to see? All right. So let's cut open the trees. So you go to the stunted tree, like one of the stunted trees, and you hack at it. And you guys have even if this crew doesn't build things, Snotlings, like somebody built stuff or has seen things be built, and you've seen logs get chopped up, and you've seen sap run. When you hack into the tree, it almost feels like if you've ever seen like you've seen like a young healthy person, and you've also seen like old people. They have like there's kind of withered and not they're alive, but they're not as healthy as like young people. That's kind of what it is when you cut into the tree. Like the sap does not flow very much. It's not like full of, because you guys are in spring. The sap should be rising. There should be plenty of sap in these trees. But you chop into it, and it's like just a bare drizzle, and it's a little discolored. It kind of looks like dirty water. So, yeah, so it looks just really unhealthy. The dirt around this area also is starting to look kind of like gray and ashen. It's like more if you like ash, kind of almost like sand. It's not quite like sand, but it's not. A little bit more firm than like an ashtray. If you've ever seen like whatever the stuff they put in an ashtray. Make a snot taste it. All right, so let me calculate how many. I'm just gonna do a number for the snotlings. Can we get? We'll name the snotlings as they die, essentially. And let me calculate, because it's usually 5 per grot. Each of them all count as grots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 times 5. We got 35 snotlings. One of them got eaten by Squigarlicus. Can we get a name for the snotling that we lost? Let's get one that we lost first, to Squigarlicus. Yeah, my dogs are... My dogs did not behave very well today. Like, I went to go walk them right before I ran this, and my dog was playing fetch with him. He saw something and ran off into the woods, and I had to try to find him, and I couldn't find him, and he just kind of eventually wandered back after 10 minutes, but I was a little scared. So, all right, we got Chew Toy, Dog Chow, Squigbait 2, Barfo, Snack, Chew Toy. We got 2 for Chew Toy, Junk Food. Looks like it's going to be Chew Toy unless somebody agrees with something else. We're getting the first one first. All right, Chew Toy. We're going with Chew. We got 2 for Junk Food. 2 for junk food. We got 2 for Junk Food. 2 for Chew Toy. Somebody has to break the tie. Or do I? Yeah, it's just 2 for Junk Food. I thought there might have been 3. Hey, John Smith, you are not super late. All right, we got Chew Toy. Chew Toy is going to be it. It's 3 more for Chew Toy. We'll stick with that. If someone violently objects, all right. And do we want one of the snotlings to taste the sap? Do you want one of the snotlings to taste the sap? All right. So what are we naming? What are we naming the one? What do we want to name the one who's tasting the sap? We got Liquor, Tester, Sappy, Liquor. We got 3 for Liquor: Tree Licka, Taste Licka, Bark Licka. Got a bunch for just Licka. All right, he's going to be Licka. So he's going to go ahead and let's see how he does. This is him resisting whatever bad stuff might be in the sap. That is not a 1. That is a 13. So he puts his tongue to it and just immediately like makes a face and spits it out. That tasted horrible. So he got unlucky 13, which is lucky. So he said it tastes bad. It tasted really bitter, and I don't normally like licking all kinds of stuff. I didn't like licking that at all. Point and laugh at him. Ask if it's worse than the poison. It doesn't seem to be having any effect on him. He didn't like eat it. He like tasted it, so it would have to be pretty potent to absorb through the skin, even if it was like the tongue and the mouth, which is designed to be absorb different tastes and things. It's not as potent as your, like, at least from, he was able to resist whatever the thing was. All right, one of the crew finds it hilarious and try. All right, who do we want? Do we want Two Heads to bully him, or who do we want bullying him? We got Punch and Bag Steve, Two Heads, Snotbow, Shade / Grotbow. I don't think Snotbow would be bullying him. Who's our bully? Two Heads. We got a couple votes for Two Heads. Two heads, two heads, two heads. Punch and two for punch and bag. I think two heads is going to win this one. Okay. Two heads like
Hey, why don't you keep doing it? Come on. Lick some more. We need to make sure that it is whether it is safe or not.
So he like,
Well, but I don't wanna do it.
So let's see how well we're gonna have two heads bully him. This is gonna be his bullying. 16 to bully him. He successfully bullies him into doing it again. And then we're gonna have Licka. Try again. That is a 7. So he like shoves his two heads shoves his face right into the sap again. He's like,
taste it again.
And Lick is just like, tastes so horrible. And he eventually throws up. What did you miss? They are cruelly forcing one of the snotlings to lick disgusting sap because they're all weird. They're all super weird. Yeah, they're having two heads bully Licka into licking a weird sap from the tree. It's a weird, twisted, stunted tree. As basically, we're all traveling north to examine the weird stuff up north, and the trees have been thinning. More of them have been dead, and now we're starting to see weird, stunted, twisted-looking trees, and they have yucky sap. And they just bullied one of the snots into continuing to lick the sap after he said it tasted terrible, and then they made him lick it until he threw up. All right, so moving on. You haven't heard or seen much in the way of animals. You don't hear much in the way of birds, and you haven't seen any animals for a while. All right, we're going to do a quick spot check to see what you guys are able to see. You guys don't see much of anything. Actually, I'm going to say a fog rolls in. Which is why you guys can't see much. So you guys basically, as you're walking through this kind of creepy, dead forest, have no idea what's going on. So 200 crowns says that someone does something silly at the next choice intersection. All right. Something silly will happen. All right. So a fog rolls in, and you guys can't really see much of anything. And there kind of gets to be some chatter among. Even sound seems to be deadened. Like you can't hear a whole lot. I don't know if you've ever been in a fog, but like something about the fog also kind of makes things quiet. It's harder to hear things when it's foggy. And I guess it like absorbs sound or something. And you guys are moving. We got natural cover. Let's move fast. Go fast. People want to go fast. We got two people saying they want to go fast. Yeah, you guys are totally much sneakier. Do you guys want to light torches? Huddle up and stick together. We got people saying go fast. Two people say go stealthy. I think faster is okay. So you guys start moving, start running fast. You take advantage of the cover and you start moving through the woods faster. And you're like running, and you're running, and like as you're running, suddenly like out of the fog, you guys are like running and dodging around trees. You might be stumbling a little bit, but it's not like that bad. You might have a miss, but it's not like you can see your feet. But you guys are running, and then like out of the fog, just emerges what looks like one of the horned monsters, one of the elks that you fought earlier, except that its fur is matted. There's a terrible smell that like hits you square on in the face. That smells kind of like rotting flesh. It has patches of hair missing. There's like drool leaking out of its mouth. It's missing a lot of teeth, and it is has like cataract white eyes. As like you basically like run into it, and it makes kind of a kind of noise and like lowers its horns at you guys. All right, so we're gonna see who goes first. That's for you guys. That is a 2. It's gonna roll a 16, so it's gonna go first. It is going to attack. Oop, my bad. Attack. Okay, let's see who it's attacking. Okay, it is attacking Punching Bag. And let's see if Punching Bag is the target or one of his snots is the target. Okay, one of Punching Bag's snots is the target. And the like diseased elk lowers its horns and basically like rakes them up and catches one of the snotling, the cloaked snotlings, and just like skewers it and kind of flings it up into the air, kind of like does a bull goring move where it like lowers its head and kind of hooks and throws up and tosses and kind of hurls one of the snots into the air. Can we get a name for can we get a name for this one? We got shish kebab, elked, Stinky in a coma. All his bad luck got unleashed. Yeah, you guys, Stinky got killed, and now his unluckiness is leaking into everybody else. Elked, Redcap, Twiggy, Gory, Kebab. We have one for shish kebab, and we have one for kebab. I'll count that as 2 for kebab, unless somebody else goes shish kebab. Flying Boy, Redcap. Gonna go kebab unless kebab. We got 3 for kebab. All right. Cool beans. All right. I think we already have a dead boy. All right, now you guys go. It gores one of the snotlings. All right, let's roll for what do you guys want to? I guess just stab it. Let's just do regular attack. Unless you guys have something. Stab it lots. Go for the legs. Well, we're gonna go through. You guys got a big crew of people. Like this is just one. Let's start with Snotbill. Yeah, you guys have a lot of dudes. So Snotbow goes to like stab it. He like gets it. He like stabs forward and like goes for He also has Squigarlicus. I'm going through the list. So he stabs through the chest of the elk, and it kind of lets out another ugly bray as like blood and pus and coagulated grossness like leak out, and like more of that awful smell you can smell. You guys don't have spears. Snotbow and his crew are all kind of dagger wielders. All right, next person is Punching Bag. Let's see how Punching Bag does. So you guys, Punching Bag. Punching Bag like moves, like tries to move to flank it, and the elk like kicks its back leg, and it doesn't connect, but it keeps Punching Bag from being able to reach him. So you got a 6. All right, jump on top of it and tries to rodeo its horn with the rope. All right, sounds good. That is what Steve will try to do. Steve is going to try to jump on its back and like basically kind of do the steer wrestling thing, where you're not the steer wrestling. It's like you rope the calf and hog tie it or whatever it is. I'll try to do that. So let me roll that. That's like a 50-50. I'm going to re-roll just to get a better answer. I want a yes or a no. Okay, yes. So basically, Steve jumps on its back and gets a lasso around its neck, and then hops off to like drag it to the ground. And that's about as far as he gets. He's going to try to rope up its legs afterwards. So he's basically gotten it, like a line around its neck. He's pulled it down, and he's going to try to. It's still flailing around, so it can do damage. Two Heads is up. So what do we want? Yeah, zombie elk. Sort of, abbreviated D&D rules. Double headbutt. I'm just going with pretty much if you say something, I'm going to do it because I kind of want to move this along fairly quickly. We got a lot of dudes. So double headbutt. So Two Heads is going to try to double headbutt the elk. He basically Two Heads hauls back and like tries to headbutt. But when you're trying to headbutt, the point is to bash someone with a small point of contact. If you actually headbutt somebody and you have two heads, you're distributing the force between the two heads. And he's headbutting a thing that is designed to ram its head into other things. So he like bonks it, but it doesn't really help all that much. All right. Next person is Squigarlicus. Unless you guys have something crazy going on, I was just going to have Squigarlicus like try to bite at its throat. Leg bite. Go for legs. Bite throat. We got bite throat. The snots begin to cheer Steve on. All right, yes. So this, the snots are,
Yeah, go Steve, go Steve! Monster Rider, Monster Rider!
bite throat. I think it's even split right now between biting throat and biting leg. Got to vote for Grot Cavalry. I don't think he can tame this thing. All right, I'm going to All right, I'm going to odds. Odds, we're going to go with throat bite. Evens, we're going to go with leg bite. Odds is throat bite. So now, throat bite. Despite the appearance, that is actually a 14. So Squigarlicus lunges forward and because it's taken down, he chomps on its throat and tears at it. And Squigarlicus immediately spits out the chunk that he ripped out. And the thing is making gurgling, kind of bloody gurgling noises as more pus and coagulated. I can't say it now. Coagulated. I can't say it. But gross, not completely scabbed over blood is kind of blobbing out as he takes a big chunk out of it. Coagulated. Thank you. Coagulated. I know what the word is. My brain wasn't working. Now we got Shade is up. Coagulated. Finish up its throat and chopping it off. You're fighting something. I know what you're fighting. You guys that might not know what you're fighting. Does the elk have elk horns? It has normally the weird elks. They kind of look more like the red elk. If you guys have ever seen Princess Mononoke, that was kind of my mental image of what these things look like. They're not elk in the sense that they're deer. They're more like gazelle because they have these long straight horns that go straight back. But in this one, it's looking kind of rough. It kind of has a bit of chips and twisting in the horns, and it looks sort of like it normally does, but it looks like it's pretty rough. I think we got a couple. We got a couple for calls for decapitate. So Shade is going to try to decapitate it. That is cocked. I'm going to re-roll these. Hold on. Roll. That is another 14, and Shade chops the head off, and immediately separates the whole thing, and it's more gross bodily fluids. And the mouth opens and closes for a while after it's dead, and there's some twitching and stuff. But once you kill it, it lies there and pretty gross, but it is dead, and it is dead at the cost of only one snotling. Wah, indeed. All right, so what do you guys want? Do you guys just want to leave the body? Somebody's calling to burn it. What did you have in mind? Squig spit, burn the body, burn it. All right, if you burn it, you will attract attention to yourselves. I mean, you're in a fog. You will burn off the fog that's nearby. Okay, got burn it. Set on fire. All right, everyone's saying burning it. All right, so you guys, and you have enough stuff to make it. So you guys, there's plenty of dead wood, and you guys make a fire and burn the thing. And then as you're burning it, it smells even worse. It's like the nasty smells plus dead flesh plus rot, and then lighting it on fire makes it somehow smell worse because it's burning fur and stuff. I'm gonna see how we doing. God, that's an 8. So a couple of your guys are sickened by this. So if you guys get into a fight relatively soon, you're going to have penalties because about half of your guys are sick to your stomach, and poor old Licka is like really, really sick. He's like kind of shaking. All right, running. So you guys are running. And fortunately, you don't really see much in the way. Squigarlicus eats it before anyone can decide. Squigarlicus, I'll say he eats, he gets a chunk of it and eats it. Well, let's say he bit out. Let's say he swallowed a bit when he bit its throat. Let's say he did swallow some. And let's see what happens to Squigarlicus. He's sick. That's a 9, so he's sick to his stomach, and he ends up vomiting as well. Like Squig's digestion could not handle this thing. So and do try to be careful, because if he had rolled poorly on that, like when you guys are deciding to do things, especially with like some people really like these characters, and characters die. That's going to be what it happens. But be careful about like paying to make decisions that could get characters killed, because some people like Squigarlicus. So just be careful. It ended up being fine this time, but like you can't. I don't want someone to, and I don't think this was your intention. Like it seems like a thing a Squig would do, but I don't want something to add up to somebody is paying to get a main named character killed off. But Squigarlicus isn't the most. Liquor is so sick that. So okay, all right. So I got yours. I got what you're talking about. So, Licka is getting like from being forced to continually lick the sap. He's like starting to shiver, and like he's looking kind of worse and worse. His green is not the bright, wondrous color that it was before. And he's starting to like drool a whole lot. Like his mouth is like drooling, and he's like spitting, almost like to continue to get the taste out of his mouth. And you guys are continuing to move through the fog, and eventually like you stop because he like just starts shaking, and he falls to the ground. His eyes roll back in his head, and he starts mumbling things. He says,
Beyond the big wall. It's beyond the big wall. And Gorgamorg. Yeah. And it keeps us out. It keeps them in. It keeps us out. It keeps them in.
So he's muttering about that. So you want to you can leave Licka, you can bring him along, you can try like but he's like not in great shape. Bring him along. Bring him. All right. So Two Heads is like not. He is like kind of slapping the sense back into him, which sort of stops the vision, and he's still not feeling so great. And Two Heads just is kind of dragging him along. And so as that's going on, you guys are passing through the forest, and the forest starts getting thinner, and you reach a point where you start running where the forest actually comes to an end. And beyond a certain point, you can see a bunch of like burned stumps that are in the middle of this fairly wide field. And the field is full of gray, dead, scrubby-looking grass. And beyond the field, yeah, you somebody guessed it. Who said it? Yeah, there is a fence beyond. There is a fence with razor wire on top. And there's kind of like a hill. It's kind of a hill going up. And you can't see very much beyond the fence because of the fog. Okay, we gotta move from stump to stump like Grot Ninja, dig under it. Have Squigarlicus dig under the fence. Got 2 for dig under it. Don't worry, totally not Trazen. They will fill you in. Dig under. All right, I think people are saying dig under. All right. So you guys move forward. I'm going to have you guys do a spot check. Okay, 16. It's pretty good. Versus. It's going to be versus the stealth of this thing. Okay. As you guys are moving forward, so that's that. I'm also going to. That's its stealth. Now I'm going to roll your stealth. It's 18, which is pretty darn good. Okay. So ask Licka what he saw in the vision. All right. So we're going to back up a little bit. I am going to do this next action thing in a second. So before you guys are approaching the fence, you ask Licka what he saw.
He said, there was, I don't know. I just remember there was a wall, this big wall, and we weren't supposed to go over it, and we weren't supposed to go through it, and so there was something that wasn't supposed to come out.
So that's what he saw. Okay, so what I actually just rolled there, you guys are sneaking along, and Snotbow holds up a fist, and everyone kind of like crouches low in the grass, and he drops. He signals to Steve to come up next to him, and he looks over to Steve.
Steve, pass this along back to the other ones. But if you look right over there,
and he points, and there's kind of like a hillock, like a low hill that's covered in the gray grass, and Snotbow is pointing at it, and Steve like narrows his eyes and is looking, and then he sees something move, and what he realizes he's looking at is the hillock is a bunker, and there are men inside. There are like Humies inside of the bunker, and they're moving, like just a little bit, like they like shift or something. You can't tell really a whole lot of what they're doing, but there's like a bunker. It's all disguised. It's like cut right into like a small hill and made to look like it's just a tuft of grass. But they don't seem to have seen you. Let's roll to see. I'm gonna roll. I think you did find magnoculars. Didn't you find magnoculars at the in Mega Humiopolis? I kind of remember that. I think you have magnoculars. All right, I'm going to say you guys have magnoculars. Do you guys want to make it a never fail bunker? You don't want to. It can be a never fail bunker. Is that too silly? Is that too silly for kind of a semi horror? Never fail bunker. All right, so let's say you have magnoculars, and you basically Snotbow takes them and he looks through, and he can see two Humies. They have helmets. They're in military gear. They look pretty well equipped, but he doesn't get a great view of them. He just sees that they like exist. Because you're also looking through a fairly thin slit to like see where they are. And he also does see, as he zooms all the way in, he can see a little logo along the side of it. Or it's like on the back. I'm going to say it's on the back wall. It's like through the little slot and on the back wall, he can see that it's Adrian Pius Never Fail Bunkers. All right. So this is what you guys see. You see that there's at least one bunker, and you guys are you guys are a little. You're in the field before the fence. Never deluxe package. It is indeed the deluxe package. We're gonna say it's the military grade Never Fail bunker. All right, so wait for nightfall. All right, so you guys are going to wait for nightfall, and then it's time to. So you'll wait. The sun will set. Let me see. And as the sun sets, there are a number of floodlights that turn on the facility. They're like on big poles farther in, and they're kind of pointing around in the area, and they basically cover the field that's around the fence. Yeah, after some time, greenskin constitution kind of helps them out, and the boys are feeling better. You guys also have a chance to like eat real food, eat some good fungus stuff. All right, so we've got a request to try to snipe with the dart. You guys did see that they changed the guard a couple times, so that looks like there might. Yeah, Licka feels better. He rolled he rolled well enough. He did not die. All right, so what do you guys want to do? We got one trying to snipe. Whatever we got to do, we got to be stealthy. You guys can discuss. Like this is kind of a big moment of how you want to handle this. You have a cunning plan. You guys can discuss. We can discuss cunning plans and get a little bit more elaborate than we normally do. We've had digging. Dig for 2 days to get into the bunker. People are saying digging. Let's see. Bigger tunnel. Well, Squigarlicus is not an attack squig. Is not an attack squig. He's a squig hound. So he's like he can like attack things, but he's not as effective as Pogchamp. Okay, I think the big thing is we're going to try to dig. I think that's the biggest, most common thing people. All right, I think we're gonna try to dig. So you guys begin to start. So are you guys trying to dig like a long tunnel? Are you digging a tunnel from the edge of the forest up through to the fence and digging underneath, or are you guys going to try to sneak up to the fence and dig so you can just go underneath the fence? Because it will not take that much time if you can successfully sneak up to the fence and dig underneath it. You'll be able to get in, and it won't take that long. If you're digging a long tunnel, like from the forest line all the way up through there, it's going to take a while. Like you're talking days. We doing long tunnel or short tunnel? 2 for long tunnel. Short tunnel. We got 3 for long tunnel. 2 for short tunnel. Looks like. I think long tunnel's currently winning. Long tunnel is all. We're gonna try. We're gonna try to make a long tunnel. Got a couple for short. 1, 2. We got 4 for short. 5 for short. Let me do a tally because it's close, I think, at this point. So 1 long, 1 for short, 2 for long, 3 for long, 4, 5 long, short. So it's 2, 6 for long, 3 for short, 4 for short, 5 for short, more long. I think long eventually wins out. Okay, so you guys are going to try to start digging. Night the 1st. You guys wait until nightfall and then realize they have floodlights. You're going to start trying to dig long tunnel. That is a 17. So you guys make a lot of good progress in the first day. You're about halfway. All right.
We're gonna call this one the Bunker Buster. I don't get it. What bunkers are we busting? Well, you know, you dig a tunnel and then at some point we kill to get in the bunker, so it's busted. I'm not following whatever.
All right. So since Squiggarlicus ate some poisonous stuff, give him a chance to mutate a venomous bite. All right. I'll give him a fair chance. Let's call it a. I think what I'm going to do. I have a couple options. We'll see what it is. All right. So 12. That's good. And what's going to happen is it's going to. Squiggarlicus's bite is going to be more like a Komodo dragon bite, where they have a lot of bacteria and disease that thrive in their jaws, and so when they bite, the different bacteria cause infections. The stuff that's in their mouth prevents blood from clotting, so it like runs freely, and their prey bleeds out. That's going to be the quality that Squiggarlicus has now. All right, so you guys make it through the first day, and you're burrowing. Let's see if we can. And that's 14. So after 2 nights of burrowing, you guys reach the fence and get underneath it. So you guys managed to dig it all. It takes a long time. I'm going to give. There's a small chance that you guys can get caught. I'm going to check for them. Nope, that's not good enough. No, they didn't see. They didn't see you guys. They didn't notice anything weird. All right. So what now? You guys you guys can get through now. You guys want to stealth around and try to. Now you guys do have a fairly big crew. Do you want to send just one person to scout out, or do you guys want to have your crew with you? So if you get caught, you have more people to fight. All right. See ya, Azakamak 2401. Scout out, then all charge out. Send in 1 snot to scout. We could do 1 snot. We can also send snot bow. The snotlings are not as good at being stealthy, but they are smaller. 2 snots, 2 left, 2 right. Send a grot. We got a couple of different options. We got sending snots. We got sending grots. Let's. It doesn't seem like you want to send the whole crew, so let's make it simple. Let's do snots versus grots, and then we'll decide on who's going. We're doing snots. We're doing. It's up to you. You guys got to make the call. Let's do snots or grots first, and then we can choose which one we want to do. One, 2, 3, 4 for snots, 5 for snots. I'll count out grots in a second. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 for snots, grots. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think snotlings win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7. Snotlings are going. All right. So, how many snots are we sending? Let's get a number, and they can. How many snots are we sending? We got 33 snots left. 4 and 2 seem to be the numbers. 4, do the buddy system. I kind of like the 4. Let's go 2 and 2. 2 and 2. 2 teams of 2. I think that seems to be the thing that makes the most sense. All right. Let's send. We're going to send Lekka because we're going to send. We'll name them once things happen. So one group is going off to the left. That is the left of where you guys burrowed to is where the bunker is, and then right. You guys haven't scouted out, but they can take a look. All right. So snotlings roll. That is a 6. Okay. All right. So let me. I'm going to get some more rolls going on. Snotlings. Boop. Humans. Okay. So the snotlings kind of go wandering off, And they are like they're commando snots, but they're still snotlings. They're kind of limited in how good they can be. And they're moving along this kind of they're through the fence, and now that the fog is kind of dissipated, you guys can see that there is like a military compound here. There's a lot of guys. You can see that just from you can just see that it's a more elaborate setup now that you're like inside. And the snots to the left begin moving. The snots to the right begin moving. And they're the left snots that are moving towards the bunker. One of them like trips and falls, and like makes like a little bit of noise, and you see las gun blasts like shooting out from the bunker, and then on the right, the snotlings like trip and fall. They trip and fall over like some empty ration tins that were just kind of like discarded in the tall grass. Like it was just garbage and somebody just dumped it there. And one of them like stepped into one of the tins and tripped and fell forward into the pile of tins. And las fire started firing from a bunker on the right that they didn't see, that was hidden. And one of the snotlings is killed. I was saying Licka was going to the left. Nobody on the left got shot. Somebody on the right got shot though. Who died? And you guys hear like an alarm go up. Clumsy. What do you want to name the Lazzy? Naru Snot? Zappa? Clumsy. We got 2 for Clumsy. 2 for Target. Didn't we already have a get named Target? Clumsy. All right, we're going with Clumsy. This is going with Clumsy. And they're continuing to, so they're gonna run back. Both the remaining snotlings are gonna try to run back to the burrow. All right, they are running and running and shooting and shooting. Okay, 2 more snot. 2 more snots die. Let's see if Licka is among the dead. Odds it's Licka, evens it's not. All right, Licka is also going to get killed. And then we have 1 more. So Licka is dead. Who would be cowardly? 2 Heads has been a bully. I think maybe we make 2 Heads cowardly. Do you want to make 2 Heads cowardly? Punching bag? Who do we want to name the bully? Or who do we want to name the coward? We got Punching Bag, Steve, 2 Heads, Shade, Slash, and Grotbow. Two Heads is a coward. What I like the one of the heads of Two Heads. So you guys are like sneaking, or like see them, and you're like, and let's get another name for the other snotling that died. And only one. So yeah, we need one. So we have Chew Toy. We have Licka died, and we have Clumsy died, and we need another name for one of them that are dead. Slug, Blarf, Laza, Target, Dasha, +1. Swick, Slug. We got 2 for Slug. Slug. We already have an Expendasnot. Expendasnot died. Slug. All right, we got Slug. I think Slug works. Slug was the one who died. All right. The last snotling throws himself into the tall grass and is going to try to scurry away. All right. The Humies lose track of him, and he like dives into the grass, and makes it back to you guys. And so he crawls back to you guys, and there are now heavily armed Humies that are now coming around, and like a couple of them are like picking up the dead bodies of the snotlings, and they're being told like, don't move them, we need to burn them. Like, it's like, don't touch them. You burn them and get rid of them. All right, this is not good. And you like can hear like some like mumbling, talking, going back and forth. And so they're now searching like the area. I think what people are saying is camouflage the entrance, camouflage the burrow, and then run out. Is that what we're doing now? Okay. You guys, I think it's going to be cover the entrance of the burrow. Hopefully they don't find it, and then you guys are backing out. So you guys are backing out. All right. So you guys return. You now know what is up north. You know that there is like a that everything starts dying, and there's like, and the animals are either not there or like weird and diseased. And you know that there is like a Humie military base there. And unfortunately, they also killed 3 snotlings and have the bodies there. Let's get a name. I think we ought to get a name for the one who survived, the one who managed to get back. Which one of them managed to survive? Tesco, Lucky, Slippy. Got 2 for Lucky, 3 for Lucky, 2 for Tesco. Got 2 for Tesco, 3 for Lucky, 4 for Lucky. Yeah, all right. We got Lucky. So Lucky is still alive. He is one of our snotlings. Unfortunately, Chew Toy, Licka, and Kebab, Clumsy, and Slug all died. But you guys now know what is up there. You guys are going to start making your way back. I think we're going to stop right there because that is also kind of covering the timeline that I wanted to have happen with Snottius for the next session. So I think that's a decent place to stop. It's a bit of a short session, but we're getting close to the hour and a half mark, and I think we got some stuff done. I don't think it's bad. I hope you all had fun. Everybody enjoy themselves. All right. So long, everybody. So long. I thank everybody who donated. Thank you for everyone who is playing. Oh yeah, let me do Discord. Don't forget the Discord link. Here we go. If you guys wanted to join our Discord, you can go check that out right there. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for listening. And thanks everyone who donated. Very much appreciate it. I had fun. This was a simple one. I kind of wanted to do a game where I wasn't juggling a gajillion different characters and remembering everybody's names. But, you know, this was kind of a nice change of pace, I think. Thank you very much, Pablo. I definitely am trying to love making two-headed, cowardly, and a bully. Yeah, I mean, that's what grots normally are. Like, our greenskins are unnaturally, like, brave and bold for being snotlings and grots. But grots are normally very cowardly. But next session, I'm not sure. I have to basically get caught up. I have to make like 3 episodes of growing the tribe. I need to finish up the last session, and then I need to write up this one. This one is not super complicated, so hopefully I'll be able to write it. It won't be that bad. But anyway, thank you all for playing. Get some Fs in stream for Slug, Clumsy, Chew Toy, Licka, and Kebab. Kebab also died. You forgot Kebab. Operation Boxtrot. How could you forget about Kebab? Does Kebab sacrifice mean nothing for you? All right. I'll see you guys. Had a fun time. Hope you all enjoyed it. No Man out.